Alrighty, howdy neighbors, and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon Evermore. Last time we were starting to get ready for the ball, and Emmeline got a letter from someone from the bee country, full of bees. Let's continue. Put myself down on the bed just for Emmeline to sit beside me. So, Prince Lance, do you write to him often? Only about once every month. Is this a secret? No, not at all. I figured no one would care. Lance and I were discussing mundane things over letters. Mundane things like everything from palace life to history. Lance told me he wanted to learn more about Angel when he last visited, so he suggested exchanging letters. You remember when the Brigantian royal family visited a year ago to thank you for dispelling Claude's curse? I do remember. It was nearly a year after I dispelled Claude's curse. That was the last time he and his family visited, and when Claude first brought up the dance instructor position to Rod. So you have been exchanging letters for a while now. Emmeline smiled sheepishly. Yes, it's never been a secret, but I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. No apologies necessary. You don't need to tell me everything, you know. I know, but Chief is so honest with me. I will not say no to details now if you'd like to share them. Emmeline has always been a good listener, great at giving advice. The least I could do is try to repay the favor. There's not much to share. Your face says otherwise. Emmeline puts her hands to her cheeks with a sigh. I already told you the gist of it, but recently Lance has mentioned that he'd like to spend time together. He even mentioned courting you. Emmeline huffs out a soft, nervous laugh. Not exactly those words, but yes. He'll be here at tomorrow's ball, but I don't want him to ask Father for permission then. Why not? It seems as perfect an opportunity as any. Because the ball is for you. Because Rod. She freezes. Because Rod what? It's nothing, just ignore me. This wouldn't happen to be that surprise everyone keeps mentioning, would it? You'll see. Anyway, this is a celebration for you and Rod. Whatever might happen between Lance and I in the future, it can wait. You two waited after all, and now you finally get to have your happily ever after. Happily ever after. So have problems to work out. We're getting there, step by step. Anyway, please don't tell Rod I mentioned anything. We're so close to the ball, too. I will not say a word. Emmeline sighs with relief. Thank you. Tell about Lance. I laugh when Emmeline blushes. Have you told anyone else about this? Father obviously doesn't know. But what about Ophelia and Rod? I told Mother, but Rod... I've been trying to find the right time. Rod could be very overprotective. One time a suitor sent me flowers and Rod trailed him back to his house and bombarded him with questions. Isn't that harassment? He's always been that way. And he's so stressed now. I'd rather not have him worry about my relationship with anyone. So I'm keeping it a secret for now. Like sister, like brother, but I wonder, is this the right thing to do? I mean, it's her decision. It's not for me to say. He's been I'm gonna respect her decision. Because it's super not for me to say. It's probably not the best response for him, but it's perfect for her. It doesn't matter what I think. Emmeline does not want him to know, and that's her decision. She's kept many of my secrets. Best I could do is keep one of hers. I smile. I'm happy for you, Emmeline. Thank you. Regardless of when Lance asks the king for permission to court you, at least you'll get to see him tomorrow for the ball. And here I thought Emmeline was disinterested in all of her suitors. But there was a man all this time she was interested in. Emmeline flushes and nods. I'm looking forward to seeing him again. I grin. And peppering him with questions to make sure he's worthy of you. Iris, not you too. I laugh as Emmeline nudges my shoulder. She always continues speaking well into the night. Emmeline does not hint at what tomorrow surprises, but I no longer wonder. Whatever it is, I'm excited for it. Emmeline's cute. I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't read that one. I thought it was betrothed, but then it kind of looks like TH's. I think it was betrothed, I don't know. Tonight's the night of the ball. I sit alone in front of my mirror, staring at my reflection. It's been a long time since I dressed up like this. Usually, when I must show my face at the ball as the crowned princess, I do not put so much effort into my appearance. Not when I'm likely to excuse myself early. But tonight things are different. Tonight people will actually be expecting me. In fact, they're waiting for me to arrive. The thought makes me nervous. Oh, we're so cute. What the fuck? Why are we so cute? I will never like being the center of attention. Knock startles me from my thoughts. Rod! It's me. Can I come in? You may. Rod steps aside. When he sees me, his eyes widen and his mouth pulls open. Has anyone told you to stare? Rod turns away, cheeks flushed. Sorry, you just look so. He takes a deep breath as he approaches. You look radiant. His voice is tender, his words so soft. It makes my heart flutter. Thank you. I clear my throat. What are you doing here? Rod extends a hand to me. It's starting soon, and I would be humbled to lead you there. I grasp Rod's hand, marveling at the solid warmth of it. All I want is to spend every day hand in hand with him, doing things together, bantering together. I feel somehow that this ball will bring us one step closer. I would not have it any other way. Rod kisses my hand one last time, tucks it into the crook of his arm as we make our way to the throne room. All eyes immediately fall on us when we are announced upon the entrance. There are applause followed by appraising murmurs. That's that Rod at the corner of my eye. I notice how stiff he is. I can sympathize. I lean in toward him and whisper, "Are you alright?" You know me, I never liked crowds. I smile. And yet you're a dancer who performs in front of them all the time. Maybe. I'm not here as a dancer. I'm here as your lover. He looks so embarrassed when he says the word. But it's an embarrassment that stems from his feelings of unworthiness. I place my hand over his arm and smile gently. I, for one, cannot be happier everyone is seeing us together tonight. I want every day to be like this. You and me, together. Rod flushes. Iris, it isn't the most majestic ice princess. Hi, Claude. I recognize the voice immediately. Sure enough, when I look up, Claude is striding toward us with a bright grin on his face. It's been too long, Iris. It has, hasn't it? Hello, Claude. I'm sad you haven't come to visit us yet. You know I cannot. Not with the Tenebrarum here. As the Tenebrarum bearer, you must stay close to the Crystallium. Perhaps someday in the future I could master my control over it enough to leave, but for now I must remain. Such responsibilities are a heavy burden. All you ever do is shrug off your responsibilities. Damn. Rod, I'm insulted. Always hiding in the garden or wandering around town. doing very important things. Do you know how many people we entertain in the garden? Its upkeep is vital, and the town visits are my way of getting to know my future subjects. Whatever you say. I cut off strategically to break apart their conversation. Are the Brigantian king and queen here tonight? No, unfortunately. They were too busy with the foreign dignitaries to attend. Llama? Or Yama? And I are here on their behalf. I think it's Yama. Yama? I'd appreciate if you didn't call me by that name, Claude. A man suddenly strikes behind Claude. The similarities between he and Claude are striking. I could never forget his face. Hello, Prince Lance. It's a pleasure to see you again. Pleasure's all mine, Princess Iris. He turns to Rod. It's great to see you in such wonderful company. Hello again, Rod. I had no idea you were courting the princess. What a pleasant surprise this is. How come Homie turned into an anime? Claude smirks. I'm glad to know there's a reason for the trail of broken hearts left behind in Brigantia. Or Brigantia. Oops. Rod suddenly looks extremely uncomfortable. It's okay, I already know about that. Wait, you do? Sebby told me. Rod groans. This is why I can't bring him anywhere. Rod grins. Rod is very popular. He had magicians singing songs about him when I was last in town. Rod looks horrified. What? Rod nudges his brother. Enough of your tall tales, Yama. Not a tall tale. You're just disappointed they're no longer singing about the Chameleon Prince. Oh, you're just disappointed they're no longer singing that Chameleon Prince song. Nonsense. They glare at each other. Clear my throat. Thank you both for taking care of Rod while he was in Brigantia. Brothers paused to smile at me. Of course, it was our pleasure. Oh my god, they're both sparkling. God damn it. I echo the sentiment. Anyone I can to assist with matters of the heart. We're lucky to have Rod, and Rod is lucky to have you, Princess Iris. Rod taught me what goodness was in a way no one else ever could. He helped me break my curse. He went to Brigantia for me. Hot sighs. And here I thought he went because he thought my invitation was enticing. Lane sighs. I caution anyone against accepting one of your invitations ever. We were having a pleasant conversation before you showed up, Yama. And I was having such a pleasant time before I overheard you throwing that nickname around. Rod leans closer to whisper in my ear as the brothers bicker. Everything you said. You know I feel the same way, right? Without you, I would never have broken my curse. Without you, I might have died. Then we saved each other. I feel Rod's smile against my ear. Sounds like we're meant to be together. Rod puts a soft kiss on my temple. Pulls away and notice Claude smiling at us. How delightful to watch two people in love fawning over each other. Especially when those people are good people. You too. Emmeline! Iris! I want to see Emmeline's outfit. Please show me Emmeline's outfit. Turn to see Emmeline walking straight toward us. Aw, no, it's the same! So sad. I wanted to see it. I'm looking all over for you. She freezes when she sees the brothers. She immediately curtsies. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were in the middle of a conversation. No apologies necessary, Princess Emmeline. It's a pleasure to see you again. He glances at Lance, who is beaming unabashedly at Emmeline. I'll just make myself scarce. He gestures into the crowds. I could have sworn I passed by Lady Parfait and Lady Delora. I had to go catch up. Claudia sees himself with a bow and a wink. Lance laughs awkwardly. Typical karma. Karma chameleon? Get fucked. His vow returns as he turns to Emmeline. Good evening, Princess Emmeline. It's good to see you in person after all this time. You look beautiful tonight. Emmeline flushes as she smiles back. Thank you. You look very handsome yourself. Rod looks at the two of them quizzically. Sounds as if you've been keeping some secret correspondence with my sister. Rod glances between the two of them, then looks at me. Wait, are you all keeping a secret from me? Sound as if you don't keep your own secrets. Brothers are equal parts disgruntled and embarrassed. That's thankfully makes things less awkward by speaking up. Rod, may I pull you aside for a chat? I should come too. No, it's okay. Rod slices his hand out of mine. It sounds like it will be a conversation at best had between the two of us. He sees themselves, leaving Emmeline and I alone. Maybe if I had just told him, this would have been less awkward. As I said, Rod keeps his own secrets. You're not obliged to tell him anything. I know, but I'm worried about Prince Lance. There's no use worrying. Rod knows Lance. I'm sure he just wants clarity on the situation. While he talks, something suddenly occurs to me. Did you come all this way looking for Lance? Oh, no, I came to tell you I'd seen Lady Parfait and the rest of the marching-goers. Claude mentioned seeing them in passing. They must be somewhere nearby. Thank you for letting me know. Of course, I'll be with Viorca and Desamond. Try not to worry about Prince Lance. Everything will be fine. I hope so. Thank you, Iris. We part ways. I head in the direction Claude was moving in earlier, and sure enough, I see familiar faces from the margin. Claude stands amongst them. I smile as I approach. Glad to see you all could make it. Iris, how lovely to see you. We never miss a celebration like this, especially when the Grump invited us herself. Grump. We were talking about Rod. I was unaware he sent these invitations himself. Chevalier steps forward, sweeping into an overdramatic bow. You look stunning in that dress, Iris, like a queen. Flattery is, as always, overbearing. It's a simple compliment to your Royal Highness. Claude and Chevalier are smiling at each other. There's a palpable tension in the air. It's good to know some things never change. Soft laugh comes through the banter. Anise steps out and curtsies. Thank you so much for the invite, Princess Iris. She looks wonderstruck, her eyes gleaming in a way I'd never seen before. It occurs to me this is the first time she's probably been back at the palace since I brutally fired her. She spins around, a bright smile on her face. This is also very much like a dream. It's good to see her so happy. And it's good to see everyone so happy. Only people who are missing from the usual crowd are. Jurian! Lady Parfait. As if I summoned the knights by thought alone, Jurian and Garland approach with bright smiles. Jurian, Garland, it's been too long. About that, I'm sorry we haven't been by. We've had many new recruits. And many more training sessions, I'm sure. We've heard all about it. Garland smiles. It's been very busy around here. Even more so with the ball preparations. Someday soon, when things have calmed, we'll visit again. Jurian always talks about how much she misses your casserole, Anise. It's not just the casserole, it's all the food. Cooking is exquisite, Anise. You have no idea how much that compliment means to me, Lady Durian. While the knights reminisce over the meals we shared together, Delora turns to me, eyebrows raised. Can't believe we're talking about the good old days without the grump. What's he up to now? He's discussing something personal with Prince Lance. Plot snorts. Personal. I hope Rod makes Yum squirm. Mama? Lance. Thankfully, the topic of conversation shifts after that and we begin discussing current happenings. The witches talk about the youth they have been training. Anise mentions she had begun working out of Chevalier's clinic, and Claude talks at length about Burgantian politics no one cares about. An hour passes, and eventually I escort myself to go look for Rod. What in the world is taking Rod so long? I'm making my way through the crowd when two noblewomen call out to me. Good evening, Your Highness. I curtsy. We come to thank you for the invitation. This gathering has been lovely. I'm glad to hear it. There's a brief silence as the two ladies glance at each other, and then... Forgive your curiosity. Remind me to inquire about your bow. One can't help but be curious. Here was a commoner who built a reputation for himself from the ground up. How admirable. Mrs. Iris, do you mind if I ask you a question? Yes. Before Sir Rod, no one else caught your fancy, yes? So it goes without saying that there's something special about Sir Rod. What is it that attracted you to him? Curiosity seemed harmless enough, but I'm nonetheless caught off guard by the question. What drew me to Rod? Never met someone who works as hard as him. Works tirelessly for those he loves. Rod lets nothing stand in his way. He's stubborn, true, but his dedication is admirable. He inspires me, every moment of every day. The First Lady sighs, almost dreamily. Yours sounds like a match made in heaven. Truly, I'm a little envious. I'm very envious. My heart swells with pride. It's good to hear them say those words. It's proof that others really do see Rod as competent and, as he would put it, worthy. I'm very lucky to have him in my life. Part ways with the women. I search for Rod. I draw closer to the throne, where Father sits. Some emotion I do not understand flickers across his face as he beckons me forward. Before they sit beside Father, soft smile on her face. You want to see me? Indeed. I believe speech is in order. My heart hitches. Father, I'd rather not. This is the speech you'll want to hear, Iris. Father holds up a hand, a signal that causes the musicians to stop playing. The quiet settles quickly. Father clears his throat. First of all, I would like to thank you all for being here tonight. We have had much to celebrate during these peaceful years, but tonight we are here to celebrate someone who is very special to me. Tonight we are here to celebrate my daughter. I fight the urge to duck behind the throne as Father gestures me forward. Take a deep breath as I move to stand beside him. It has been 2 years since my daughter, Iris Relia Britton, became the Tenebrarum bearer. She has already accomplished much in these 2 years. It's because of her that we know this current peace. Tonight we celebrate her hard work. There's much applause. I fight to keep my expression calm as my heart flutters. But it's not just nerves sitting in the pit of my stomach. It's also warmth. Pride. Father holds up a hand, quiet in the chamber. That's not the only reason we celebrate tonight. Father only offers a soft, knowing smile before gesturing into the crowd. As if on some silent cue, the crowd parts, revealing Rod, who approaches the throne quietly. Rod. His name is the whisper on my lips. The room is so quiet, you can hear Rod take a deep breath. Princess Iris. Despite the calmness of his expression, his voice is shaky. I love you with all my heart, Iris. The words proclaimed so confidently in front of so many people caused tears to form my eyes. My biggest wish is to spend the rest of my days with you, to give you everything you could ever want. And I hope with all my heart that you will give me that honor. Yes! We did it, Reddit! Rod pulls out a small box out of his pocket. My heart skips a beat when he kneels in front of me. Vaguely, I'm aware of gasps and whispers from the crowd, but the sound of my own nervous heartbeat was the loudest. Rod opens the box, revealing a ring with a beautiful golden stone in the center. This is Princess Iris Aurelia Britain, daughter of King Janara Britain III. Will you do me the honor of becoming my wife? Fuck yeah. What if there's no option to say no? Despite my best efforts, tears slide down my cheeks as I smile. It would be my honor. Fuck yeah. As Rod stands to slide the ring on my finger, I'm so filled with joy I feel buoyant. Then my arms around him burn my face in the crook of his neck as the audience cheers. I barely hear a sound. I focus on Rod's hands, resting in the small of my back. I love you, Rod. Love you too, Iris. A toast for my daughter and her fiancé. The music starts again, triumphant notes filling the ballroom. I'm relieved when, slowly but surely, the crowd's eyes fall away from us. I pull away from Rod as my father steps forward. Before I could react, he pulls me into a tight embrace. Congratulations, Iris. Thank you, sir. I'm shocked to see tears streaming in his eyes. Father chuckled softly at my expression of wonder. Even as hardened old men can be sentimental. I'll have you know that he's been teary-eyed for days. My father gives Ophelia a look as she smiles back, her eyes glossy with tears. The sight makes my heart full. How long have you both known about this? For a while. Rod had to ask for my permission for your hand, after all. There was much pondering over when to make the official announcement. I thought the ball might be a good opportunity. Ophelia is ever the thoughtful planner. It was a good idea, I admit. Even if doing it in front of all these people was terrifying. Rod rubs the back of his neck, cheeks flushed. Thank the gods I don't have to do something like that again. No. This requires addressing crowds quite often. Rod groans. I prefer to take this one step at a time. Very, very slowly. Well then, it's a good thing we are both very patient. Rod beams at me, points over my shoulder. I don't realize why until someone grabs me from behind and pulls me into a tight hug. Congratulations, Iris. I'm so happy for you. Look at the baby! It's Sebby. Congratulations. Thanks, Sebby. I pull away with a laugh. Emmeline is practically bouncing on her heels, with Sebby perched on her shoulder. Thank you, Emmeline. Sebby. I'm glad I made it in time to see the proposal. I told you I'd come back for you, Sebby. It's that surprise you both mentioned. Emmeline laughs. It was so hard to keep the secret. The day Rod showed me the ring in the throne room and you came in. She was hiding it. The whole time it was with her. She shakes her head. I was so nervous. I was going to give it away. So the thing you were hiding behind your back was the ring. Rod smiles. Emmeline was so nervous, she took it out of the room with her. She almost ruined the surprise. But I didn't. Sebby coughs. Now that the secret's out of the bag, are gonna start taking me places again, Rod? Maybe. Maybe? I'm the one who fixed things between you two, you know. Don't worry, Sebby. You could spend the days with me, if you'd like. Sebby sighs. You're not going back to Viorcas anytime soon, are you? Because my cheeks still hurt. The music in the ballroom changes, going from a soft melody to a lively waltz. I recognize it immediately. Rod's eyes light up. I know this song. It's the Brugantian Waltz. His eyes are glimmering when he turns to me. May I have this dance, Iris? He looks so hopeful, so excited. It has been a long time since he looked so carefree. I grasp his hand with a grin. Of course. Rod pulls me gently toward the ballroom floor. The two of us effortlessly fall into the dance routine you taught me. For a time, the two of us were lost in each other's movements. I let Rod lead me through twirl after twirl, and match each of his movements perfectly. Rod grins. You've really improved. Improved? If you were to challenge me right now, I would win. No. His fingers settle on my hips. I stumble at the abrupt movement, nearly falling into his chest as he laughs. I would challenge you right now, but I wouldn't want to embarrass you in front of everyone. I set my foot down close to his instep. Rod steps away with a smirk. Next time we're in here alone, I will challenge you, and I will win. Rod laughs. That's it. That's the spirit I fell in love with. Rod pulls me into another underarm twirl. I glanced around during the turn and noticed Prince Lance and Emmeline dancing not too far from us. Rod seems to be looking, raised an eyebrow. I'm a little offended Emmeline told you about the letters, but not me. Makes you feel better. I just found out yesterday. It was an accident. Still, was she really that worried I was going to scare him away? Your frown is a little frightening. Rod sighs. Mine made my poker face a little stern. I can't help being protective. Did you tell Prince Lance at all? Rod shakes his head. I told him I trusted him. But I owe her an apology. I don't want her to have to feel like she needs to hide things from me. Emmeline is terrible at keeping secrets. I can't imagine she would ever want to keep something from you. As it picks up in tempo and our conversation dwindles as we again focus on our dancing. Later, Rod and I make our rounds in the throne room, accepting congratulations from everyone. Last people we see that night are the tavern goers, who offer us the most heartfelt well wishes. Time passes swiftly before we know it, the clock strikes midnight. Oh. God, that fade to black and like the eyes went and I was like, oh no! Later, the group of us stand by the palace gates for the final goodbyes of the night. Well, it's been fun, but we have to get back. God bless us tomorrow. Walt yawns. I'm sure the students are going to be more energetic than both of us combined tomorrow. Which is why we should be getting back. We're in charge of setting a good example. Delora faces us with a smile. But the sleeplessness was worth it. Maybe we proposed it for all those people. Oh, Delora, stop teasing. Parfait beams at us. We really are so happy for you both. Thank you. I looks away, embarrassed. Delora sidles closer to me. She leans close enough to whisper. I still remember the bossy princess turned maid I accompanied around the palace. You've grown so much since then. I'm proud of you, Iris. Even teasing as they are, I could tell the words were sincere. Thank you for everything, Delora. You watched everyone back into the darkened town until we can see them no more. And then... Claude. It was nice to catch up with everyone, but is there a reason that grumpy kid wasn't here? I know who he means immediately. Sina, the heir to the Lucas? Rod shrugs. I received an invitation same as everyone else. I shook my head with a sigh. He's very temperamental. I think I'm going to need to befriend him before he decides to grace us with his presence. Temperamental? Sounds like a certain princess I know. Rod scowls. Says the most temperamental, overdramatic prince in the world. I am terribly offended. I would be too, goddamn. I cross my arms. Never mind, Sina. You and Lance will be staying with us for the next 2 days, correct? Claude nods. I imagine I may as well take a break from my duties while I can. You mean the duties you always run from? Must you insist on being so rude? I laugh. Regardless of why you're here, it would be nice for Emmeline, too. She and Prince Lance could spend some time together. And what of me? Has no one missed my company? Nope. Before Rod can say anything snarky, I nudge him and speak for myself. No, it's good to have you here, Claude. Just don't expect to spend that much time with you. Fucking Rod. I know. Suppose I'd just be unwanted company now that you two are engaged. What is that supposed to mean? Nothing at all, liar McGee. Claude tips his head. Today was fun, but it's getting late, so I shall excuse myself. Good night, darlings. Claude excuses himself with a little bow, and Rod and I return to the palace shortly after. Rod and I walk through the hallways, hand in hand. Everything is quiet until Rod mumbles something under his breath. I look up at him, curious. What was that? I just remembered something I was going to bring up earlier. Oh? I happened to overhear the conversation you were having with some of the noblewomen earlier. You were eavesdropping. You were talking about me. I was really happy to hear you thought I was hardworking. That goes without saying. Still, it means a lot to hear you say it, because everything I do, you do for me. Yes, I know, and I will always be grateful. There's no need for that. I do it because I want to. He leans forward to kiss my lips. But thank you, Iris. We both pause as we come to my bedroom door. Normally this is where we would part ways, but neither of us moves. I know it's late, but I'd like to spend some more time with you. Sin looks embarrassed or nervous. Me too. Perhaps we could stroll through the garden, or... I'm not gonna like this. Wait, what? Well, you did ask. For a few moments, the two of us stand there staring at each other, neither of us breaking eye contact. When you say stay with you mean when we sleep together in the same bed. I press my arms over my chest. My heart is beating so frantically. It's a wonder Rod didn't hear it. Just sleep. For now, I want to add, but I'm too embarrassed to say those words. Thankfully, Rod doesn't push me. I mean, if you insist. He has the doorknob and stiffly opens the door. I call the servants to make some warm tea for us and set it down at the table when it arrives. Rod looks uncharacteristically nervous. I notice he glances everywhere but my bed. This should not be so awkward. I just had to break the silence. So, how are your sword practices going? Wait, how did you... I saw in the forest with Garland. Why didn't you say anything? You're caught up with other things, and I figured you would tell me when you were ready. Rod groans. Sorry, Iris. I've been so busy recently I forgot about the practices. I really didn't mean to bring them up. No need to apologize, but you promised me no more secrets. Yes. So you'll tell me how those practices go from now on? Rod nods. I want to surprise you with our progress in the future, but I haven't really improved yet. Rod. I reach out to grip his hands. How am I to celebrate your success if I don't know how your endeavors are in the first place? Fair enough. It will still be a while yet before I have progress to speak of. But I told you I will not keep secrets, and I mean it. From now on, you will hear every detail. Every embarrassing detail. If you insist. Two of us continue to talk until our tea is depleted. By that time, my body is heavy with exhaustion. I want to sleep. Did you want to get some sleep? Rod suddenly looks stiff and uncomfortable again. Are you okay? Well, you mentioned wanting to sleep together, but we've never done that. It makes you uncomfortable. No. He says so immediately I startle. I just mean, he sighs. So I've just never done this before. Has he been worrying about this the whole time? course you would. Rod is an overthinker. That makes two of us. Sit on my teacup, go over to the other side of the table, and take his hand. Let's continue talking until we fall asleep. Rod nods, a small smile touching his lips as I lead him to my bed. The news of our engagement spreads quickly. Now that we all know Rod and I will be married in the future, his lessons with the king and the knights resume again in earnest. The two of us will have a long way to go before we're ready for marriage, but now, finally the path is cleared, and I plan to enjoy every moment walking it with Rod. We have a bright future ahead of us, for Rod and I, but also for our kingdom. For a brighter future. Jesus. A stark contrast. 4 months have passed since Rod proposed to me. Since then, he has been diligently attending all of his lessons. There is so much more work to be done, but there is no rush. Every time Rod feels frustrated by not living up to expectations, his or others, that is what I tell him. Often he gets so caught up in what he is doing that he forgets to celebrate the things that he has already achieved. Slowly but surely, I'm getting him to appreciate the here and now. He's stubborn, but I'm more stubborn. I'm still thinking of Rod when I turn a bend in the corridor, spot Emma Lane walking hand in hand with Prince Lance. Oh, she probably said my name. I think I flashed forward. Whoops. Suspicion brightens when she sees me. Iris. Good afternoon, Princess Iris. I look at him, bemused. I've told you multiple times that you don't need to use my title, Lance. Lance flushes. Sorry, some habits die hard. Lance has been visiting Angio more frequently lately. For at least a week every month since he started officially courting Emmeline. And yet he still has yet to break out of his formalities. In the way, he is different from Claude, who is overfamiliar with everyone. It lies between the two of them. Are you going somewhere? I'm taking Lance to meet Viorga today. Would you like to come? I'll pass. I told Rod I would meet him after his lessons. Understood. Nick gets out. Can you tell him Sebi is with Mother? Of course. Thank you. She rolls to look at Lance. Ready to go? Llama? Emmeline laughs as Lance flushes a bright red. God, I hate that nickname. It's really a bizarre nickname. Ever since Emmeline found out, Lance instantaneously flushes upon hearing it from her. She began using it to tease him. Now she nudges him playfully and smiles. You're the only person who can make it endearing. Endearing? Emmeline loops her arm through his. Anyway, it's off to the toy shop with us. See you later, Iris. Until next time, Iris. We continue down the hall, smiling warmly at each other. They're inseparable when Lance comes to visit. Next week, it'll be even more the case. Leah plans on accompanying Lance next week to Brigantia. It'll be her first time visiting. While it will only be for a week, she's eager to spend more time with Lance. I'm happy for you, Emmeline. Footsteps echo through the corridor, and I look up, expecting to see palace staff. But no, it's Rod. My heart lifts at the sight of his broad smile. There you are. Done with lessons for the day? Rod groans. It's only an hour, but it felt like it took the whole day. I raise an eyebrow. Let me guess. Politics? He nods. Politics. If you would rather, you could ask to sit on Father's council meetings. That might be more practical. That might be more practical experience. Not yet. His determination shines in his eyes. Not ready for that yet, but I will be. I believe in you, Rod. Then I can't let you down. He sighs as he runs his hand through his hair. Still, I'm a little disgruntled. One of the original upsides of losing my title was not having to take that god-awful class, and yet here I am again. I grin. Classes have a way of haunting you even when you think they are over. That break was nice while it lasted. He exhaled softly. Anyway, I'm all yours now. What do you want to do? What do you? I'm not allowed to... Oh, you are not allowed to reflect the question back to me. Getting caught off guard... Getting caught in the act makes you laugh. Whoever's still learning had to balance each other's wants. It is still an uphill battle because Rod is accustomed to giving more than he receives. But we're making progress. Fine then, I have an idea. I was his hand and began to pull him down the corridor. Are you going to tell me where you're taking me? We'll see. I'll lead him to our secret place. Not as changed as we met in this spot years ago. Though I no longer have to worry about hiding our relationship, this place still feels like a safe haven. I should have known it would be this place. I thought you might enjoy this after sitting in a stuffy room for hours. Rod ankles his head to look up at the patches of sky visible through the canopies. His eyes shine in the sunlight, sparkling like aquamarine. The sight takes my breath away. He looks so at ease here, so relaxed. It's a far cry from the way things used to be. Before, Rod always tried to shoulder so many burdens. I'm glad I could help him take some of them. I'm glad I could help take some of them now. He turns and catches my eye. What is something on my face? Just remembering how this all began. In the beginning, you hated me. And now here we are. Fate sure lives to toy with us. But in the end, we took fate into our hands. Rod smiles. For you, I would do anything. Confronting fate was nothing. He reaches for my hand and leads me to a boulder. The two of us sit shoulder to shoulder looking up at the sky. When a warm breeze rustles my clothes and makes me shudder, Rod presses closer, wrapping an arm around my shoulders. His warmth makes me feel cozy and safe. Have you seen Em today? She's introducing Lance to Viorga. Oh, and about Sebi. I know, he's with Mother. Rod sighs. I promised Sebi I would start bringing him around more often. He'll took my ear off if I don't retrieve him from Mother soon. It'll be a lot livelier with him around on our outings. Rod sighs. I'd rather not have our conversations interrupted constantly by a plush bunny. I would! The fuck? You're the one who knows you better than you know yourself. Especially the one who knows me better than I know myself. He laughs, a soft sound that makes my heart flutter. I owe him, though, for everything he's done. So I suppose it wouldn't be too bad to carry him around sometimes. He goes quiet again, his gaze growing somber. It's so strange to think Em is the one going to Brigantia this time, not me. I shift to look at him. Do you miss it? Rod shrugs. It was hard to enjoy Brigantia when I was thinking about you every moment of the day. What? What else would I have been thinking about? Your lessons, maybe? Rod scowls. Lessons. I to be done with them forever. It seems that is the trade-off for courting me. Endless lessons. Rod shakes his head. I give up my life for love, twice. Lessons are nothing. He plants a kiss on my forehead. I told you, for you I'd do anything. But it'll be strange not to have Em here, even if it's only for a week. He looks forlorn. If she someday decides to stay in Brigantia, then it will not matter, because we both know distance is bearable if you love someone. Rod quirks an eyebrow. You were always so mad when I didn't tell you when I was coming back to visit. Do you think I should write grumpy letters like that to Em? The situation was different. You didn't tell me how long. Words fade as I realized Rod was laughing. I gather electricity on my fingertips, just a spark. I go gently on the shoulder. Rod yelps and then laughs even harder. I miss this. Magic? You. We kiss again, once on the cheek, then on my forehead. I miss your passion, your spark. Even your chitting? No, especially your chitting. You need to be chitted. This is hardly knightly behavior. Kingly. Whoops. Well, you'll be king someday. And be a queen someday. Someday. That word may have felt daunting before, but now it's hopeful. A lot easier to think about ruling when I imagine doing it by Rod's side. Together. So I have a lot to learn before then. That makes both of us. Rod looks at me for a long moment, then stands abruptly. I watch as he walks over to a nearby bush, then stands to pick a white flower. He kneels before me gently. Oh, so gently it makes my heart tremble as he takes behind my ear. Yay. He grasps my hand and loops his pinky through mine. I told you I was done with secrets. I'm done with wishes too. From now on, the two of us are going to do everything together. He breathes in softly. So I promise to you, Iris. I promise I will always work hard to be worthy of the title of your fiancé, and someday to be worthy of being called your husband and king. I promise I'll make you the happiest wife. I promise that everything we hope for will happen. No more wishing or dreaming. The two of us will carve a way to the perfect future together. Tears bring tears to my eyes. And I promise I will always walk that path with you, Rod. Remember, you are never alone. I love you, Iris. I love you too, Rod. Two of us share a kiss beneath the fragmented sunlight. Finally, after so many years of secrets, we are living our dream together. Yay! We got a golden buzzer! Huh? Alrighty, well, a bit of an anticlimactic ending. Go to Rod. Ah, we're missing one. It's probably for the bad end. I still have a couple more. So, let me know if you want me to do the other routes. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do the other routes. I would totally go back and do it. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, I will see you later.